We tagged our message this morning, battlefield or playground. And it seems like most of you have your battlefield clothes on, but we have to realize that every day that we get up out of that bed, that we have to put on our battle gear. A man once wrote that there used to be a bully who demanded my lunch money every day. And since I was so much smaller than him, I would give it to him. Then I decided to fight back one day. I started taking karate classes, but the instructor wanted $5 a lesson. That was a lot of money for me. I was a little guy. So I found that it was cheaper to pay the bully. I gave up karate. Too many Christians believe it is easier to pay the bully than to learn how to defeat him. Somebody say amen. I don't know if you've ever been bullied before. Too many don't even realize that we are living on a battlefield, not a playground. Somebody say amen. And as believers of Jesus Christ, we are soldiers in his army. And we have before us the task of demolishing strongholds. Remember what Paul said in the book of 2 Corinthians in the 10th chapter, the 3rd and 4th verse. He says, "For though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are not weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds." Somebody say amen. Somebody say amen. But exactly who is this enemy? Who are we warning against? Who are we warning against? And there's actually a threefold assault that's going on against us. One is the world. Two is the flesh. And three is the devil, the outward. We have our own flesh wanting our old life back. We have the world trying to drag us back. And we have the devil trying to make sure it all goes to plan. You see, once you give your life to Jesus, the devil's upset now. And so he's going to use your flesh to try to draw you back into the world. And perhaps one of the biggest struggles we face is the flesh itself. It's our flesh, our old nature, fighting against the spiritual or the Spirit of God, against the things of God in our life. And Paul said in the book of Romans in the 7th chapter and 18th verse, he says, "For I know that good itself does not dwell in me, that in my old sinful nature." And if you look at Galatians in 5th chapter and the 17th verse, it says, "For the sinful nature does what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to the sinful nature, that they are in conflict with each other, so that you do not do what you want." They're pulling you. They're trying to pull you. And believe it or not, some of you didn't even want to come to church this morning. Looked outside and, oh, look at all that snow. I think I'll just sleep in. That was flesh. You woke up and you thought about it and it actually considered a skipping out. Some of you didn't even read your Bible this week. Left it in the same place from last Sunday to this Sunday in the trunk of the car. Or on the back seat. Didn't even open it up. Some of you feel that you didn't even feel like praying this week. Why? Why? Is it because you didn't have no drama this week? Is it because you didn't have to go to the emergency room this week? Is it because you wasn't overdrafted the bank this week? Why would someone not bow down on their knees or just sit in their couch on their chair? You got that button just reclines by itself. And just say, thank you, Jesus. And lift him up. And give him the glory. I'll tell you why. Your old person, your flesh, was pulling you down. You don't have time to read that book. Leave it in the car. You don't have time to go to church today. Go next week. Your old flesh is pulling you down. And this world is one big distraction, one big temptation. And we are bombarded with pictures of products and advertisement and excitements and entertainment and no rules, everything goes. And don't worry about it. Don't worry about your safety. Don't worry about the consequences. The television make everything look so good. The beer ads show the happy men and women out on the beach playing volleyball, rather than to show you the thousands of families affected by drunken drivers. Free sex is okay. Have sex with anybody that you want. They glorify it. It's okay. But they don't tell you about the millions of babies that's aborted every year. They don't tell you about the pain and the suffering. They don't tell you about the 40 new STDs that come up with the penicillin can't do nothing with. They don't tell you about the AIDS epidemic. They don't tell you about, all they want you to do is have fun. This world is so tempting. This world is so anti-God. Folks, this is a battlefield. It's not a playground. There's consequences. If our battle is with the flesh and the world ain't bad enough, there's still Satan himself that's pulling the strings. He's got some of us like a puppet, and we just dangling, and we just do whatever he wants us to do. He know what we like. He know what entices us. He know what tempts us. And he just dangle those things in front of us, and he just got you flopping around. Amen. Distracting. Disrupting. Destroying everyone he possibly can. He wants you as Christians to feel weak. He wants you to feel feeble, infected. He don't want you reading your Bible. He don't want you coming to church. He don't want you reaching others or telling somebody about Jesus. That brother right there, Jermaine, I think he tell everybody you run into about this church. He is not ashamed of Jesus. One neighbor said, you know Jermaine? I said, yeah. He said, that's that guy that invited me to church. He's not letting the devil have a hold of him. He's willing to speak out and tell everybody and anybody that's willing to listen to him about Jesus. And because he's my neighbor. But here's what happens. If we continue to let the devil have his way, we won't tell nobody about the gospel. Here's what happens. Your marriage will be ruined. Your kids will be shattered. You will walk around feeling miserable, depressed. Your face turned up like you've been sucking on lemons. And nobody wants to be around you. And you've been trying to figure out, why can't I be in a relationship? Because who wants to be around someone depressed all the time? But that's what the devil will do to you. He have you so messed up that you look in the mirror, you take a double look and wonder, is that me? Because the devil wants control. He wants control of you. He will have you all messed up. And we are engaged in a spiritual war. Somebody say amen. I feel like I'm in a room by myself. This is a serious battle, folks. This is a serious battle. We got to be committed to Jesus in your life. You got to declare war on Satan and all the forces of evil. Look what Paul told Timothy in the 1 Timothy in the 6th chapter in the 12th verse. He says, fight the good fight of the faith. You got to stand strong. The spiritual war we are involved in is a good fight. It's worth every ounce of energy that we can muster up. Because it's all about salvation. It's all about saving souls. That's what's at stake here. You got to be strong. Be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. And here's what you must do and what you must understand. Is that it's not in your opinion, it's not in your experience, it's not in how big your bank account is, it's not your knowledge that you have, it's not your career, it's not the kind of car you drive, it's not about your house. It has nothing to do with none of that. It has nothing to do with no kind of designer clothes you wear, none of that. How big your diamond is, none of that. Our strength comes from the mighty Lord Jesus himself. That's where the power is. The power is in him. And in Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, the 5th through the 8th verse, he says here, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, and not in your own ways, acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. I wonder why my body always hurting and aching. And Jesus said, because you ain't got no of this Jesus juice in you. You can't fight the devil without some power. See if your car runs without no gas. Huh? Let the lights go out and go grab a flashlight at the drawer and the batteries are dead. You in the dark. So if you don't have Jesus within you, you can't shine. Here it is. Once you decide to take a stand for Jesus and be determined to grow in him and grow closer to him and have a true, authentic, not just a relationship, but an authentic relationship with him, you can expect an all-out assault on your life. for the devil's going to come at you. Because now he's mad. He's mad. And he's going to attack you. But because you are rolling with Jesus, somebody say amen, that you can stand and you can fight this battle. That's what a mighty power is. And you got to be covered. And be covered. Verse 11, it says, put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. Because we know what's coming. It's no surprise. It ain't going to be no April Fool. He's coming. But will you be ready? You have to properly outfit yourself in your battle and be essentially ready. And not only does the Lord provide the strength for the battle, he also provides the equipment for the battle. The enemy is strong. He's strong. Peter warns, he says, be self-controlled and alert. But he's not as strong as God. He's not as strong as God. There is two problems Christians have with the devil. Number one is they underestimate him. Number two is he's not all that powerful. And he tries to move to hurt you. He tries to move to kill you. He's watching you. He's trying to take you out the game. And the devil's no cartoon character, I'm telling you. And he's powerful, and he's intelligent, and he's a prize fighter, but he's a master deceiver. And he's trying all these schemes to try to get you. But we overestimate him. Even though he has this power, he's not as powerful as God. Somebody say amen. And even though he's cunning and he's not as powerful as God, he's not as equal as God. That's why you have to stand strong in the Lord and put on the full armor of God, or the armor of God. In verse 12 it says, for our struggle is not against the flesh and blood, but it's against the rulers and against the authorities, against the power of this dark world, against the spiritual forces. And if you're fighting a battle with your boss, you arguing with your wife, or battling with your husband, or struggling with your kids, you're fighting the wrong fight. That's the wrong fight. There are spiritual forces that are used to aggravate situations. Every time you drive down the street, you can't go one block before you in road rage with somebody. You're fighting the wrong fight. That's not your fight. Your fight is the devil that's trying to have a stronghold of your life. That's trying to pull you down. But as long as you stand with Jesus. I had my hip replaced a few years ago. And I had an appointment downtown Chicago. And I was walking on a cane. I had a limp. But I had to make this appointment. And I parked in front of the high-rise building where I had to go, and I had to go all the way to the top. And as I was walking down the hallway and limping to that elevator, there was a man and his kid was in front of me, and they beat me to the elevator. And I was limping, and I figured I'd wait for the next one. they stepped in. And as they stepped in, I seen a hand come back out. And it was the son. And he said, "Mister, are you going up?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "We'll wait on you." And I took my time and I walked down that hall and I got on that elevator. And the father stood there and he's ready to push the button. And the son said, "Mister, where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going to the top." And he said, "We're going up there too. There's room for everybody." And what I want to tell you today, don't let the devil have a hold of you. Don't let him start pulling you like a puppet and he got control and you don't have control. Stand strong on your faith. Trust God when he put the drugs in front of you and say, "I don't need it. All I need is a little Jesus." When he put the alcohol in front of you, say, "That's all right. Just give me a little taste of that water." When he put the sex and the pornography in front of you, put blindness on your eyes, you don't have to look at it. When he want to cause confusion in your home with your husband, with your wife, with your kids, sit down and pray with them. Don't let him have a hold on you. Because we in a battle. This is no playground.